Jomika, and welcome back to Barlynaland episode 13. So today was kind of an eventful day. We just added or updated the new snapshot. So we have the recipe books. I have no idea how to use them yet, but they are here. And in the top right, I can't point to it because it'll just keep going, but the top right has, I guess, like a tutorial. And then also, when I started up my computer this morning, it didn't work. It would load into Windows. Yes, I know I'm on Windows. And then after a few seconds, it would just become unresponsive. Any program I used would just be unresponsive, including Explorer or anything. So just to make things easier, I reinstalled Windows and re-downloaded everything to do my recordings and all that. So I did adjust some of the sound settings because they were all reset, and it may sound a little bit different. I think it may sound a little better, but I'll find out later. So the plan today, at least to start, is I'm going to go ahead and do a bunch of mining. I know I said I was going to do the base all above ground, but I kind of decided I don't want to do that. I like building underground. I don't really like messing up the landscape too much because that requires a bunch of terraforming, and I am not a very good terraformer. I like things that don't look natural, so yeah, I'm going to head down here. Do I want to start here? Yeah, maybe I'll just start here. I'm just going to build a huge hole in here that goes all the way down to the bottom. I think it's probably a little bigger than I'm imagining it'll ever get. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get started, and maybe I'll get on the other spectator account and kind of do a little time lapse here. I've been told that the time lapses I do are a little long. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you think they're long or if you think they're an okay length. I think I'll do this time lapse a little bit shorter than I have been. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think, and I'll be back when I'm done mining. Well, I know I said I was going to do a time lapse, but I kind of screwed up and I forgot to hit record. So this is what I've done so far. I've mined out, like, what is that? This is 6 chunks, and then those 3 over there, I'm about halfway through. So I've done quite a bit of mining. My original goal was to kind of mine out 10 chunks in each direction, which I think comes out to like something like 400 chunks. I don't think that's going to be possible. I mean, maybe eventually, but that's just a ridiculous amount of mining, unless my math is wrong, which I don't think it is. So what I need to do now is go ahead and repair some of my picks and then kind of finish this out. I think I will do a time lapse for this last section. So yeah, I'm going to make sure I actually do that and don't forget. But first, I'm going to repair the picks, and then I'll be back with the time lapse. Alright, I think it is time for me to take a little break from mining. We're at about, I think it's 20 chunks total so far, all the way from, I think it's 60 down to 5. I still have quite a bit of room up there, maybe like 10 to 20 layers that I can continue to mine out before I hit the surface. But what I want to do now is build like an AFK tower in the center here, and then kind of around that we'll build all our little farms. So I can just sit in a tower, probably put up a fish farm up there, so while I'm AFKing I can also do that. I'll have to put all the mob like farms kind of near the center here, so the mobs still spawn, and then all the like cactus farm and that kind of stuff can be a little bit further out because they should still work even though they're far away. And then right here we have a slime chunk. I think it's in that little box. I haven't really watched it too closely, so maybe we'll get lucky, and if we go out one more that way we'll have a second one. We'll see. I don't really know yet. I have to finish mining it out. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the tower here. I think what I want to do is make it out of nether brick, just to kind of make this little area like a kind of dark, evil looking layer, because it's underground and everything. So yeah, I'll go ahead and start with that, see how it looks, and then maybe we'll end up taking it down and using something else. Oh yeah, I came down here to clean up some of these stray blocks, but also I wanted to show you that I did get some zombie villagers along the way just while mining out. So I got 2 here. There's a white coat somewhere. I think he's a white coat maybe. And then we got 3 more over there. So they're here for when I want to get to doing villagers. I don't have to like transport them, even though that village is, I think, that direction over there somewhere. It's not too far away, but this will just be easier. They're already down here. I just convert them over to regular villagers. So yeah, I will get started on the tower right now. Alright, so we got the tower done, and here it is. Off camera I added in a bunch of glowstone. I added the glass flooring here and mined out all the bedrock so you can see it. But it looks like I missed one here. Let's just go ahead and get that and put these 2 glass pieces back. I thought I did a pretty good job at making sure there was none left, but apparently I missed one. At least one. I'm sure there's some more in there. I also did some more mining out of that section. I feel like this mining job is just going to go on forever and ever. And what I want to do eventually, another crazy idea, is just mine out all this bedrock and fill it all in with that glass. Just because I like the way it looks, and then that way we can kind of make everything dark in here and no zombies or anything will spawn. Another thing I did is if we go up this ladder, you can kind of see there's a little glass platform here. And it's just kind of a lookout area where we can see everything. There's that spawn chunk of slimes over here. There's definitely another one somewhere in this direction. I'm recording this after I did all the editing for the episode. Basically everything that happened in the episode before this, I had already went through and edited. So yeah, I saw the slimes somewhere over here, and they've been appearing here off and on. And then, yeah. One other thing that I wanted to talk about is I realized that I said that these crafting books were new. But I realized that they have been in for a couple snapshots. I've been playing with them. I just didn't know it because the mod pack I had was overwriting it and I couldn't see it. So it was definitely in the game. It's just brand new for me because of the mod pack I was using. It wasn't updated enough and it was just not showing up. So what I'm going to do now is I need to do another little small project because I think we're only like halfway through the episode. Even though I've been mining for like a week, built this tower and everything, I feel like I should be done. But I mean, you can only watch mining for so long before you get bored. So I should add something else in. I think what I want to do is some kind of tree farm or something, just some way that I can get some wood, because I'm definitely going to need it for like hoppers and ladders and basically everything. I want to be able to do everything I can down here without having to go up to the top and get all the wood, which I have been doing and it's kind of annoying. So I think that's what I'll do. I'm pretty sure you can have trees growing underground. That's something I'm going to have to test around with, and then I will go ahead and get something going. I don't know if it'll be the permanent spot for it or not, but maybe I'll just put it in this corner here or something. So I will be back in a second and we can get started on that. Alright, so I went upstairs, cut down a few trees, made some bone meal, and I think we got everything we need to do a little test to see if a tree will grow underground. So, okay, so it will grow with bone meal. I think I'm going to let the other three grow, maybe on their own. And I'm not it should happen, but we'll see. Another thing I want to do is find out where these slimes are coming from. And I think one spawned around here. So I'm just going to block off some of these things. We'll just do this. And that was too far, but that's okay. And then eventually I will be able to find out where these things are spawning, because I don't want to build just a random, like let's say a tree farm inside of a slime chunk. So I'll just cut these out and make sure that the slimes don't get out. I know they can spawn on top of the stone, but chances are pretty small of that happening. So that's not my axe. Yeah, we'll just do that. And maybe I'll block off a few more just to make sure, because there's definitely something in this corner. And then at least this way, when I'm doing stuff inside the base, I won't have slimes creeping up on me and trying to kill me. So I will cut this tree down, and then I will wait to see if maybe these other three trees will grow on their own, or if I do have to do bone meal every time, which isn't a huge issue. but sometimes I just like to plant them, let them grow on their own, and then come back later and chop them all down. So I will be back in a second. Alright, I was just sitting up in the little AFK platform, and one of the trees did grow on its own. I was probably only up here for a few minutes, and we got this guy to grow. I don't even think the old tree came down all the way yet. But yeah, it looks like it'll work. We got a skeleton spawning up there, so let's go take care of him. And then I will have to decide what kind of tree farm I want to do. Probably won't be anything too crazy, since it may be a temporary thing. But I at least want to be able to get, like I said, just some wood underground without having to go anywhere to find it. So, get these torches in place, and then I will build, I don't know. Not sure what I want to do yet, but I'm going to build some kind of tree farm. So I'll be back I'll probably just finish it and get it completed, and then I'll just show you the finished product, and then that'll do it for today's episode. Alright, as soon as I signed out of that last clip, a slime appeared. I just heard him jumping towards me. But I'm not sure where it came from. I think, let's turn on these chunk borders again. I think it came from like in here. So let's go ahead and block off this area also. And then we'll do this one too. Yeah, unless he like spawned right here. But I think that's a little too close, because I was like there. I think they need to be like 20 blocks away before they'll actually spawn. So yeah, onto the tree farm. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine if I put it in this corner. I haven't had any slime spawn over here other than in this area, which I haven't seen any for a little bit, but that's okay. So yeah, enough rambling. I'm going to build this tree farm. Alright, we're here at another person's base. I think it's Psy Mad Doc or Psy something. And I really like this tree farm. It's made for spruce. I just tested it out, and I'll show you how it works. You just plant the saplings here, give it some bone meal, and it grows straight up. Climb the ladder, get the axe out, and then you chop it down. I'm not going to chop the whole thing down. I think I'll just show you the top. So yeah, it grows up here. Break a few of these leaves to get to the wood, and then you just chop your way all the way down. And then there's hoppers at the bottom. Maybe I will just chop this all down just so I don't leave a half chopped tree. But yeah, then there's hoppers down at the bottom that collect all the wood that falls down and all the saplings that you don't chop down and everything. And I really like the idea. It's super simple. Excuse me. Super simple. You get lots of wood. The saplings fall down too. I probably only need one, just because I can reuse it and it'll just keep going. He's got like 4 or 5, I think. Oh, he's got 6. But yeah, everything collects in the hoppers and goes down, and then comes to the output chest here, and you can pick up the saplings and the wood. So I'm going to take a stack of the saplings, put the extras in. I will drop off some bone meal, just so I don't take everything. You shouldn't have a problem getting more saplings. Let's just take this, fill that up. I only need 1 stack. And I think that's good. So I'll just have to keep in mind to put the chest. I'll start with the chest, and then I'll build up from there. It won't take up too much room. It's like 4 by 4. I could make it bigger if I wanted. But yeah, I think I'll just do the area of like 1 chunk, and then I'll build that. So I'm gonna head back to the base, and then I will get started on building this tree farm. I think I have everything I need, so it shouldn't be an issue at all. Alright, it's not much to look at, but here is our little tree farm. I don't even know if I should call it a tree farm. It's just our tree growing platform. So yeah, we plant the trees, the saplings here. I had a little creeper, another creeper, little creeper explosion there. So we climb up. Same process as before. I'm not going to do it this time because it's my own tree farm and it doesn't really matter. But while we're up here, let's get rid of that. And then we can just jump down here, jump right on top, and start chopping everything down. So yeah, it is working as far as I can tell. I mean, there's not much to it, just these hoppers that go around, and we'll just throw something in here, and it'll end up there. So it does what it's supposed to do, collects all the trees, or the leaves and saplings, and yeah, that'll be my supply of wood for when I'm down here. I'm sure there's a lot more stuff I need, like iron. I will need basically everything. It's going to be a lot of work to get everything I need to be self-sufficient underground. But yeah, now I have all the wood I need close by, and that'll work for now. I definitely need to make it look nicer and all that. But I will leave it as is. I got some more mining to do there. Actually, basically everything you see on the walls will eventually be mined. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's episode. Kind of a little scattered, just trying to fill in at the end here. We'll do less mining in the next episode, maybe actually do some building of other things, figure out where these slime farms are so I can plan around that. So yeah, thank you for joining me in this episode, and I will see you guys next time.